What's up, boys? In today's video, I'm going to take you guys through a full live trading session. It's a quick one, but I slaughtered it, so make sure you guys watch it through to the end because you guys will see exactly how I manage trades in pretty volatile markets when price is moving impulsively in your direction. You know, when you're on the charts and things play exactly to what you were wanting it to do, that's what happened today. Okay guys, let's see if I can hit my daily profit goal of $1,000. Let's break down my watch list, go down it, top-down analysis, US 30, the Dow Jones. So we're pushing ultimate highs again, but we're kind of consolidating here. If we go down on the 1 hour time frame, you can see we're creating some kind of market structure now. So we know that this is a prior support level down here. This is a support or a resistance level up here. So the most probable thing that'll happen, especially since we're showing rejections right here, which will be more apparent on the smaller time frames, is that it will actually shoot up and fill this area. More probable that it'll do that than it will actually continue falling down outside of this resistance zone because we are already rejecting off of it. Now, the name of the game is trying to figure out how far it's going to reject off of a major support level like it is right now. So is it going to come and fill up into these smaller time frame support levels right here? Or is this just a flag in the overall downtrend and then it'll continue pushing something like that? So those are things that we got to consider. We kind of missed like the overall move. We should have entered after this 5-minute candle. I guess we still can. And we could just have super tight stop loss right below and then just aim for it to fill like that gap. Just like a continuation momentum type of trade, but it's super risky because we don't know how far this is going to go or if it's going to bounce off some kind of price point where we want it to fill. So for right now, I'm not interested in US 30, the Dow Jones. Moving on to Euro USD, we caught $1,000 trade on this market yesterday. We're kind of been bouncing off of this major daily macro support where this blue box is right here. It's a little messy, but you guys can see it kind of. This was the trade yesterday. It worked out pretty nicely. And the next thing I'd be looking for is on the smaller time frames is just for it to replay what it did here, which it kind of looks like it is because we are like sort of consolidating in this price area from right here to down here. So the most probable thing that'll happen right now is that it'll continue breaking up. So I'm actually going to be taking this trade on Euro USD because I think it'll at least fill up to where this red line is, where our trailing stop was yesterday that we got stopped out. And it still looks healthy to continue pushing up, even though it is later in the session. I still believe that it'll have some kind of momentum to continue pushing up. So I just bought in. My stops are going to be below the most recent lows and then just aiming for it to fill the most recent highs. So I have a pretty tight stop loss. I'll show you guys my levels after I get it inputted right there, so you guys can see them on my phone. And then also I'll show you guys right here. The position looks something like this. So it's a 1-to-1, but honestly, when it comes down to it, when you're trading live capital, risk to reward, all that shit, I don't really care about it. I don't care about my stats. I care about the amount of money I make, and that's it. So you guys can complain all you want that I don't subscribe to all that bullshit to market people's strategies that don't actually work, by the way. But for the past month in December, as you guys can see, I made $17,000, $18,000 last month with only one losing day. And all of these videos of me winning are on my YouTube channel as well, using my exact strategy where I don't give a fuck about risk to reward. You think like I give a fuck about my risk to reward ratio when I'm making over $1,000 a day? No, I could care less. And I think that's something that you've been poisoned with by everybody else because it's not something you should even take in consideration. I'm using pretty big risk on this trade, by the way. just because it is later in the session and I want to take advantage of small price movements, which scalping is obviously doing. And since we are later in the session, there's probably going to be not much volatility. So even if we do get a move like this, I want to maximize the amount of money that I make from it. That's why I have a pretty sized position on this. So I'm risking like a couple grand to make a few grand as well. So let's move on. While this is working itself out, we'll move on to check out Solana, one of my favorite markets to trade, honestly, and to scalp. A lot of people, I've been saying this for the longest time, I'm in a massive investor long right here after this green candle close, and just right now we're starting to go into profit again. My fees for it, for holding it for like a month, are massive on that account, and clearly we missed a selling opportunity earlier today. So open would have been like right here. So we missed this selling opportunity, which is unfortunate because it does seem like on the higher time frames, especially on the daily, that we're getting another rejection off of this massive macro resistance level, and it'll probably come down and fill down here before it shoots back up. So we just missed that. And it's a little risky to get into it right now, especially since we don't know how far this is going to be falling. But it does look healthy. It looks incredibly healthy, actually, especially if it breaks below this 5-minute structure right here. It'll probably continue pushing down below it. So I'm going to put an alert below it. And if we get candle closes below the wicks to the left, I might actually take a short position on Solana USD, which Fusion Markets, my broker, actually allows me to trade, if you didn't know. Same with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, usually reflective of all the crypto markets. So whatever Bitcoin's doing, usually all the crypto markets are doing it. So obviously we're rejecting off of another massive macro resistance level. And clearly Solana was doing the same. And it's because Bitcoin is doing it. So Bitcoin looks healthy for sells in the same manner as Solana. These are the trades I took yesterday. In the 5-minute, we would need to break below the same structure as the Solana market. So this 5-minute structure. So I'll set an alert there. If we get candle closes, I'd be inclined to take short positions. And then I'll just be aiming for the most recent and significant price point, which would probably be here or the $90,000 range. So interested in that. Let's go look at cable. Cable usually looks like Euro USD. So we have a couple rejection candles off of a massive macro daily resistance level up here, which is probably honestly going to turn into this filling all the way down here. Probably not that cleanly, but it'll chop down in the next month or two. So I would be inclined to take short positions here as well, but for scalping purposes, we do have to take in consideration this daily support level right here where this blue box is. And it looks like we're already getting some kind of resistance from it, and it's going to reject back up, have a flag in this overall downtrend, which it clearly is. Definitely looks healthy. It's reflective of the Euro USD market, and clearly our Euro USD trade is in profit now. As you guys can see, we're getting a pretty nice impulsive move up over the next 5 minutes. And this is a massive rejection area where this red line is clearly. So I might actually take the position off here if we start to show signs of resistance on the smaller time frames, which would be the 1 minute. If we don't get 1 minute candle closes above here in the next couple minutes, I'm actually going to cut the trade because I think it's probably going to just fall down. And I'm 100% okay with taking $2,000-ish in literally 5 minutes because it's actually live capital. Going to check out USD CAD. USD CAD is one of my favorite markets to trade. Not because I'm Canadian, but just in general, I enjoy the volatility of it because it's usually pretty volatile, even on like the high time frames. Like look at these massive candles that you get on even on like the daily chart. So I called this out yesterday, but I said like if we notice this turning right here and got a green candle close, this would be an incredible area to go long on my investor account, which I didn't do, which is very unfortunate because we'd be massive in profits right now. And there's no sign of it slowing down, especially since we have yet to get a red day candle close to indicate. So let's go down to the 1 hour. So the next thing I would be looking for on USD CAD is just to look for it to flag down a bit and then get in on the momentum for it to continue pushing back up. But for the time being, nothing looks healthy for me to join in on that. So let's just go back to the Euro USD trade and see what's happening. So if this candle closes red on the 1 minute, I'm actually going to cut the trade for $1,800 or wherever we're at. I'm going to journal it and then look for any other opportunities. But honestly, I think, so we closed red. So I'm actually going to cut the trade. It might be smart to trail my stop, but honestly, I'm good with this amount because it looks like we are kind of just floating around and we might actually reject off of this red line that obviously has been being used as resistance once price is below it. So we got what we wanted on that trade, a quick impulsive move up. And now I'm just going to be scanning the markets looking for any other opportunities. But right now, the only thing that I'd be interested in, Bitcoin is reversing. So I might be inclined to take looking for longs on Bitcoin for something like this and then for it to aim like that. I think I'm going to take that actually. It's not even to my entry model. It's like before the FOMO entry because usually I would like to see 2 green candle closes. But since crypto is pretty volatile, it's smart to get in on the move while it's moving. So I'm going to get this. This could wipe out our entire trading from the Euro USD trade, but I'm completely fine with risking that because we're already up. So I'm fine with risking that amount. Okay, so I bought in a pretty sizable position again, and we will see if we can get a quick impulsive move up over the next 10 minutes here. And then even if we fill halfway, make a couple $1,000s to extend our profit for the day, I'll end up closing the trade. Like I said, since I'm trading live capital, and I want to instill this into you guys, if you guys are on a live capital account, whether it's a prop firm or your own actual live capital, take the profits when you got it, dude, even if it's like $50. Like a lot of you will go work 8 or more hours a day for like $200, but you guys won't take profit when you're in $200 profit, either on a live account with a prop firm or with live capital on your own broker and stuff. So like, you got to shift your mindset. Like you don't always have to hit a home run every single time because when it comes down to it, getting to first base consistently is what kind of wins the game, you know? So this candle closed green, which is good. So if this next candle closes green, it's looking favorable to continue pushing up. I'm actually going to set an alert for my stop loss is pretty tight. It's a lot tighter than what I want it to be. So I might actually change that just because we could get wicked out right here, especially if it comes back for another retest. So I might extend our stop loss a little bit I extended it just a little bit more. Realistically, I should put it below this wick right here, but I'm not, because I don't think it's going to get down to there. So I put it below this wick right here. So our stop loss is right there. And hopefully, since we've been wicking off of this level for the longest time, hopefully we have a little bounce up like it did right here. And then that's when we'll exit our position with a couple $1,000s. And then we'll call it a day, because that'll be like $4,000 on the day in only like 30 minutes. So I'm going to set alert for right before my stop loss. I'm going to set alert for in profit. And then I'm going to let this rock, and I'm going to go make a coffee. Just in time. Just sat down with my black iced coffee because, let's be real, I'm not gay. I have a wife. And second of all, we're in profit now. So perfect timing. Amazing. So we're already up almost $2,000. Since Bitcoin is pretty volatile, or just in general, the crypto markets, when you trade them, you want to be actively managing it if you're scalping. And if you aren't actively managing a crypto scalp, you are dumb. Plain and simple. You are going to get absolutely laced almost every single time. Because, yes, this is the initial position that I'm having on the screen, but that doesn't mean I'm going to hold it for that long, especially since this is live capital. Like I said, even if we fill up to these wicks right here, it's possible I cut the trade because that'll be like $2,000-3,000-ish, and then I'll be cutting the trading session because that's already $4,000 made. Like I said, Bitcoin is my fucking screen recording keeps on stopping, and I think it's because of this fucking mic. It keeps on losing connection, and then it cuts the screen recording for whatever reason. But anyways, as I was saying, since crypto is pretty volatile, yes, we can have a big candle like this in 5 minutes, but we can easily have the opposite, as you guys can see right here. So you just want to be on top of actively managing crypto trades because, like I said, it is pretty crazy. So after we go into $3,000 profit, I might cut the trade, even though it seems healthy to continue pushing up, just because I like in and out positions when I'm scalping, and I don't give a fuck about stats like everybody else. I give a fuck about how if I close this trade right now, not including fees and commissions, I could withdraw it and have it in my crypto account in literally like 30 minutes from Fusion Markets. That's the thing I care about. So I'm cutting the trade right now. $4,000 made on that trade, and then my other Euro USD trade made $1,000 or $1,700. So in total for the day, we made $5,800, not including fees and commissions. So I'm going to journal these trades and then I'm going to break them down for you one last time. And literally this was probably in like 30 minutes that we made this amount. So let's break down the trades. Let's start with the Bitcoin trade, the big boy. It was a long position and it was a win for $4,140. I wasn't that confident in it. It was a 6 out of 10, but because it was a reverse off of a smaller time frame support level and it was a quick entry and exit, and since I take in consideration the higher time frame support and resistance levels for my entries and exits and where I enter and exit trades. That's why it was a 6 out of 10, even though it was a winner trade, because a 5-minute support level doesn't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. So that's why I wasn't that confident in the trade. But the reason why I took it was on the 5-minute time frame, we clearly created a 5-minute support level right here. And then we started to show strong signs of rejections off of it with this 5-minute wick candle. And then we closed green after. So I entered the position, and obviously we could have kept on holding it, but like I previously said, I care more about having the money locked in than holding this to full take profit or having the best risk to reward ratio or whatever the hell. Like all that goes out the window when you're trading live capital. So that's completely fine with me that we missed out on some profit, because at the end of the day, still made $4,000. And like I said, from Fusion Markets, I could withdraw that right now and have it in my crypto account within 30 minutes. So let's go check out Euro USD, the first trade of the day, which is this one. We bought off of a previously support level that we bought off of yesterday. So I was pretty confident that it would have some kind of bounce off of it once it started to show signs of rejections to the top side. And that's clearly what happened here. We started to show signs of rejections. After this 5-minute candle closed green outside of this little box I had, that's when I bought it. We had a quick 5-minute impulsive move up. I decided to close it off of this red line that we used previously as a trailing stop level, and clearly market has been using it as a resistance as well, and clearly it was a good thing we exited when we did, because it tanked down and we'd be in drawdown right now. So overall for the day, 2 trades, 2 wins, 100% win rate. My net P&L is $5,839. That's not including fees and commissions. So overall, for like a 30-minute trading session, we made $5,800. That's pretty crazy. Anyways, if you guys want to take these trades with me live in real time, join my Discord. And then if you guys like this type of video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.